Hello everybody, welcome to the True 3D Scanning video series. My name is Harut, and today I'll be showing you how to scan this exhaust manifold off of a 240Z using our Peel 3D scanner. Okay, so what I'll do first is we'll start from the beginning. We'll open up this nice heavy-duty rugged case from Peel 3D. So this contains all the scanning hardware. So you can see here first, this is the scanner itself. So this is what we'll be using. We have the cable to connect the scanner to the computer, to the power adapter. And then here's the power adapter itself. We also have the dongle. So this is the P2C. This contains the software. What we'll do is we'll plug it into the computer. So then when we start up the software, it'll recognize it and okay. So we have here also is the USB dongle. So this contains the P2C software. So what we'll do is we'll plug it in. So when you start up the software, it starts up that version as well. So we'll put this here. You also have the positioning targets as well. So this will help the scanner pick up some of the surfaces better. And then in the box, you also have a calibration plate. So you'll use this to calibrate the scanner. You don't have to do this every time, but it's good just to make sure that the scanner hasn't gone out of calibration. So we'll use this, show you how to do that. So we'll move this away. So we don't need the case right now. What we'll do is we'll plug in the adapter here. We'll plug in the cable. So the adapter portion plugs in here, and then this plugs into the computer through a USB port. And then this end plugs into the scanner itself. There we go. Nice and firm. So what you do next is you go to your computer, you start up your Peel software. And you'll select New Scan. So everything's plugged in right now, everything's set up. So I'm pretty new to using the scanner as well. So we'll go through some of the pains as well along with me. I know all the videos out there on YouTube, they show it very simple. You know, they don't run into any issues. So it's really hard sometimes to follow that because in real life you run into issues with the software, with the scan. So we might go through some of that as well. So I tried to read through the user guide online to try to get familiar with it. I watched some of the YouTube videos as well to help with that. So what we'll do here is on the top right there's a calibration button. So we'll click on that. So we'll open this calibration plate, and what you do is you hold it above, you press this yellow button here, and you try to hover over that green square. And then it'll make a sound each time, so you just pull out, and then eventually it should say that it's optimized. So what we can do is we can put this calibration plate away in a safe place. Make sure it doesn't get damaged as well. That's very important. So what you can do next is you can look at the configuration. So next to the calibrate peel button, there's a configuration button. So you can do that. It asks automatic shutter is enabled. Do you want to disable it? Yes. You continue. So you pick up your scanner and then you press the button. And what happens is you're trying to look for a lot of yellow on the screen. You don't want red, or even gray. So what you do with this, if there's not enough yellow, what you want to do is you want to change the just shutter speed. So the shutter speed is, if you turn it all the way up, that means you're scanning a darker surface. If you go all the way down, you're scanning a lighter surface. So usually you want it around 4 or 5, or if you want it doing manually, or you do an automatic shutter and then it chooses it itself. So here we go. What we're going to do is we're going to start scanning this manifold. We're going to do 2 pieces and then eventually merge them together. So let's start scanning. On the top left, there's a scan button. So we click on that. And then we can start scanning. As you notice on this, I've already put some targets on there to help the scanner pick up the targets, pick up the surfaces. I don't have the spray yet, or else I would have sprayed this. It's not too shiny. So I don't know if we absolutely need the spray. Maybe later on we could try it with the spray as well, and just to see the difference. So I do want to scan at a very a lower resolution. So actually I'm going to press the scan button to stop it. I want to scan it at a lower resolution. So I'm going to do 0.5 millimeter. I'm going to press apply. And then on the right, we're going to, positioning method will be based on targets and geometry. We'll do automatic shutter. And it depends. If you want to capture texture, like for this manifold, I don't need to capture texture. I think later on, I was thinking maybe I could try scanning this little Homer bobblehead doll. Maybe try to keep his head still and scan him. So we might want to do texture on this. But for the manifold, we don't need to do a texture. So we'll press the scan button again. So it'll give you this icon on the left side. So that icon tells you whether you're too close to the object, too far. So we hold it apart like this and just start scanning. So you want to make sure that's green. If it goes up top, that means you're too close. If it goes towards the bottom, it means you're too far away. You want to try to keep it somewhere in the middle. Hopefully the video is showing this, the capture. So see, it stopped capturing it, so I let go of the button, and then let's try pressing it again. So you want to make sure it starts capturing the manifold again, or whatever part you're scanning. So I'm still trying to get used to the scanner. It's pretty new to me. So trying to capture all the surfaces here. And then I'm gonna come around and try to capture the other side. See, sometimes it's just hard to pick up that same part. It's trying to pick up a different part. So I've been struggling with this a little bit. So I'm trying to learn how to do that. So I'm just going to keep the button pressed and try to go around. See, it's not picking it up completely. So here we go. We're rotating, trying this again. See, it just loses its place. I don't know why. So this is what I'm talking about. You know, none of the videos show this, and I want to be able to scan it properly, and it's not doing it. So It could be the surface itself that it's slightly shiny. It's not picking up everything, you know. So we continue scanning, trying to pick that up. Here we go, we're rotating it upside down. That kind of works. So we'll eventually get familiar with this. I know it can be difficult for a first-time user like me. So trying to pick up everything as much as possible. Because what we're going to do is we're going to clean this up a little bit. We'll clean up the background. And eventually scan another one on the other side of this. And then merge the scans together. So that looks pretty good. That's not bad at all. So what I'll do is I'm going to save this. So I'm going to press this. Actually, I'll press the preview button to see how it looks. And it's creating the preview. I think since I scanned it at 0.5 millimeter of resolution, it's saving a lot of data. So that's why it takes a little bit longer. So you can see here, it's pretty clean. It's not too bad. Okay, so I've zoomed the camera in a little. So now it's stopped processing. We'll take a look at what we need to do here. What we want to do is we want to try to remove this background. So what we'll do is actually let's optimize this cache. Now let's remove the background. So we'll do remove background, offset 1 millimeter, delete targets. Okay. Okay, so I took out some of the background. Then we'll do it again. Remove background, 1 millimeter. So it shows you which part of the background is going to delete. It's highlighted in like this burgundy color. So let's do it again. There you go. So it's removed a lot of it. See, when it lost the location of the scan, it scanned another part. So it doesn't look good. So we can remove those eventually. Let's see. Let's do it. That's a freeform. This is freeform selection. You can do rectangular, freeform, or different types of selections. Let's do some freeform. What you do is you hold Control on the keyboard and you start selecting things. So let's go all the way around here. And then you let go of the buttons. Then you press delete or the delete button up here. Let's do that. You sure you want to delete? Yes. So this will clean it up a little bit. And then we'll do the same here. Let's delete this. Okay, delete. Yes. And then what we'll do is we'll optimize the scan a little bit. So fill position targets, resolution at 0.5 millimeter. We don't need to autofill holes. I think that'll cause some weird issues. Decimate scan mesh. Let's do up to 50%. Apply. Let's see how that looks. And then maybe we could just save it. And then flip this part around and scan it again. Okay, that's not too bad. Scan details, that's fine. Okay. All right, this looks pretty good. All right. For a first scan. So what we'll do is let's create the mesh. And now this is what the mesh looks like. So when you create the mesh, you can clean the mesh, so it'll clean up a lot of these like smaller triangles. So we'll do apply. Let's see what happens to it. I think it'll look much nice. It should look much nicer. Okay, we're done with that. There's still some dirty stuff outside the boundaries. I'm not sure why it picked that up, but there's ways of cleaning that up. So, but what I wanted to show now is let's save this. Save session as. Let's do Z1. Okay. So that saved it. So what I want to do is I want to do a new session. Okay, new scan. Everything's already configured. We'll leave everything there. Targets geometry. Okay, fill positioning targets. We'll press the scan button. Here we go. Let's flip this. So then we can scan this side of the flange. Okay, here we go. We're going to scan the second half of the manifold. So we're Z1 was our other scan. Here we go. So we have the two scans. What we're going to try to do is merge them. Resolution 0.5 millimeter, that's what I want. Okay, matching points 8, matching tolerance 0.5 mil, preview. Okay, unable to find matches between position, that's fine. So what I did is just increase the tolerance and see if it'll accept it. You can also do this manually, that's another way of doing it. Preview, no, let's keep going up. No, it doesn't want to give it a 5, even at 5 mil. 6, that's too much though, right? Yeah, it's not doing it. So maximum matching points, let's do 4. Okay, so when we reduce the matching points, it was able to do it. Let's see if we can reduce this. Yeah, so I think reducing the matching points definitely helps it, even at 1.5. At half, it's not able to. So 4 matching points, 1.5 millimeter matching tolerance. Preview, it's able to merge it. That looks good, so we'll merge. And look at that, that looks pretty good. So it shows I think the first scan that we did was like this. Looks like it's in blue. No, first scan is in purple. And then the second scan we did is in blue because we scanned this flange face afterwards. So overall this looks pretty good. And then it just needs to be cleaned up later on. So there we go. And I think that's it for today. That's all we'll look at today. We can later on look at how to clean this up and then eventually send it to another software. All right. Thank you for joining. Thank you for watching. Like, subscribe, all that stuff. Follow us on Instagram, True 3D Scanning. Thank you very much. Have a nice day.